What's going on, y'all? So listen. Oh, bitch, I feel like a raggedy bitch after watching this shit. Let me tell you something. This is Pose, okay? Now, I wasn't even gonna review it or anything because, well, I didn't have no plan on reviewing it. Somebody told me it's like 8 episodes, so whatever. And this is, I think this is from, the guy who, what is his name? Ryan Murphy. He do American Horror Story. He does the American Crime Series, all that stuff, Glee, all that. Okay, and this I've usually watched all his shows, and I thoroughly like all of his shows for the most part. And so I didn't think this would be any different, but I had to watch the first episode to see exactly how they were going to portray, the gay ballroom scene for the LGBT. Um, because sometimes people get that shit right and sometimes people get it wrong trying to do too fucking much. And I like the fact that this show is a series. Like I said, somebody said it is 8 episodes, I believe. It's a new show, came on tonight. This is episode 1, obviously, and basically getting down to the nitty gritty and showing the different history of a couple of houses and how houses come about and the meaning behind it. And it's set in the 80s, okay? 80s, in the heart of the epidemic of AIDS when that started hitting off. Not at the beginning, but right in the middle, I guess, or towards the end of it. And when I say I'm talking about the 80s or whatever, and the AIDS epidemic started hitting early 80s or whatever. And so when we hit this, a lot of people have already had it. A lot of people know what it's about for the most part. The history of AIDS when it first came about, they gave it as a gay man's disease. That's what it had, that stigma as a gay man's disease. And, of course, putting a lot of negativity on gay men at that too, and so this is where it's starting off at. And so I was sitting here looking at this and I was just like, oh wow. Because I'm into a lot of this stuff. I've always wanted, no lie. I'm not gonna sit here and kid you. I've always wanted to be a part of a house or something like that, but the way my introvertedness is set up, like I said on Twitter, it just never happened. I don't know how to get out of that shit, but I'm pushing myself. But I love the ballroom culture. I love to see my gays and my lesbians and even the straight girls or whatever that comes through. They come out there, support, be voguing, doing all that stuff. I recommend that you guys, if you are into this, Pose shows like when it started, uh, the early stages of ballroom. I recommend that you guys look at Paris is Burning. Okay, that's where we get that infamous line. Shade comes from reading, okay, and you got to watch the rest to see what the rest she says. That was a good movie. That movie was so heartbreaking and so touching at the same time because a few of the people that started off at the beginning of the movie did not end at the end of the movie, did not continue to the end of the movie, meaning they're no longer here on this earth with us. And their story was tragic or whatever, but it's very informative. All this lingo that you hear today, it's nothing new. It's been here. The gays been doing it or whatever. And so that's a good show. I want y'all to watch. If you have the Vice channel, Vice or Vice Land, whichever one you want to call it, they have a reality series that's going on right now. That's I think 5 episodes in, and it's 30 minutes long. And it's called My House. And it's just basically showing modern day ballroom scenes in New York and Philly, whatever. You got Alex, you got Tati, and the House of Balenciaga, the House of the Lines, all that stuff. It's cute as fuck. It's cute as fuck, and I'm so into it. And I'm so glad that we have these. Back in the day when you had this type of representation, and it's showing different sides, different sides, and I'm just loving it. But I absolutely love this first episode of Pose. Okay, I love this so much because like I said, we look at stuff and sometimes people try to do stuff about certain cultures, and you like, stop right there because I don't want you to fuck it up because you don't know what you're talking about. But I think they did a good job on this. I think Ryan Murphy and his team did a good job on this. It seems as though they probably got some people that's actually involved in the ballroom scene, you know, old queens and all that stuff that can help with this. I will hope so, to put this show on. The show, this first episode follows the House of Abundance, which is led by house mother Electra, and then her house children, and one of her house children was Blanca. Okay, Blanca gets some devastating news that she has HIV, and so her whole thing, this wakes her up. One of her friends is Pray Tell, and he's the one who, you know, controls the ball every time they go there, and you know, the commentator and stuff like that. And that's her good friend, and you know, she tells him that, you know, she has HIV, but it's not something that she's gonna be sad about, because she already knew that she wasn't gonna live long on this earth. But she just knew now what's gonna take her out. She just don't know when. So this is telling her, bitch, and he even said it too. Now you gotta find a dream, and her dream is to open up her own, have her own house, and become a legendary house, and be a legendary house mother. And for those that don't know what a house is, at the end of the episode, if you didn't understand by now, by looking at the whole episode, the episode was like an hour 38 minutes, including the commercials. Okay, by looking at the episodes, you realize what the house is, for those that didn't know prior to watching. A house is basically where you have probably older people in the LGBT community, mostly, you know, the house mother's like a gay man, you know, and um they take in a lot of the youth and a lot of people who get kicked out of their homes or whatever, and they're out there on the streets and they have nowhere to turn to, and they take them in, and you know, they do the ballroom. But it's not just about ballroom. They help them in lots and lots of ways. They just, they're family. Okay, these are families to these people. They make their own family, and that's one of the unique things about the LGBT community. Once, you know, because you never know how one may react when their child is coming out, or their relatives, or whoever is coming out. And we saw that in this first episode. We saw the character Damon. He wants to dance. He wants to become a ballet dancer, or just a contemporary dancer. And if you go back in the 80s, that was prominent, okay? That was like a big thing. A lot of people always wanted to do that. But his parents told holier than thou, all about the Bible. He got caught dancing in his room. His daddy beat his ass with a belt. I'm glad that he whooped him with a belt and not beat him up, because he could have, the way he was so fucking pissed off, because he was so concerned about his image, and what the people at his job was laughing at him because they saw his son come out and walking with these ballerina shoes on. And see, they get that misconception that just because you like ballet, oh, you have to be gay. Them motherfuckers get pussy. Okay, I don't mean to do that, but some of them may be gay, but some of them are straight, and that don't necessarily mean that you can judge somebody because of the profession that they choose to do, or because of the hobby that they like. You know, um, and that just shows how the mindset of some people are still today, and how definitely it was back then. Because being gay and stuff, that was taboo as fuck, and that was a no-no. Okay, we don't want to see that. You know, that's why they was fighting for the rights and all that stuff, especially back then, to get to where we are right now, to have and be able to comfortably have a show like this on TV, you know, on a major network actually too. And so they do that, and he was beating his ass, and he was like, "Look, bitch, and I found this underneath, you know, I found this underneath your bed. Why are you in my room?" It was a magazine, gay magazine or whatever. And you know, the mom can hear him getting beat outside. And so she comes in the house, and she pulls them apart. And then the daddy just said, "No, he gotta go. He gotta go." Throw him out the house. And then I'm thinking that the mama finna come out there and like be like, you know, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You know, I'm gonna talk to him, and I'm gonna get him to calm down, and then I'm gonna take you back in." Hell no, she didn't do that. She gonna tell her son, which looked like her only child at the moment from what we can see. She said, "Why would you do something like this? Now, I've been trying to work with you and trying to, you know, keep this secret or whatever about helping you do your little dance stuff or whatever. But why would you do this and then this gay shit? If you love me, you will give this shit up and come back in his house." He didn't do that. I said, why would you give him that ultimatum like that? That's fucked up. I said, just disown him. He has to sleep on the bench, fighting for his stuff. Okay. At one point his backpack gets stolen. Finally, unfortunately, we knew it was gonna happen eventually. And the guy that was, I guess, he took to was telling him, you need to go down to the pier to make some money. He said, look, bitch, I'm not finna fuck around for no money. Okay, I'm not finna fuck with dudes for no money. And he was like, I mean, it ain't, it's a different hustle, but it's good money. Okay. And the whole thing is, I love the fact that they put this also in. They talk about the AIDS thing. They talk about the HIV and the stigma that comes to it. Back in the day, they used to make it seem like if you had HIV, you can't touch nobody, and they didn't know what to do, and a lot of doctors didn't even want to treat. Watch this movie called, I think it's called A Normal Heart. Talked about the whole thing when the whole epidemic started, and it's just that shit is gonna make you cry, cause bitch, it broke me down. It broke me down to see the ignorance that happened, and I can't say it was all because people were just ignorant. They just didn't know. They just didn't know. They didn't have the technology that we have now to understand things, okay? They were just figuring things out as they go, so they was naive to a lot of stuff. But we see that going on. Then you have the when somebody that's young and they're figuring out who they are and they know who they are, and then their parents find out about it and risking the fact of whether or not I should say something or keep it in, because I don't know whether or not my parents gonna kick my ass out. And unfortunately, in Damon's case, which happens a lot of cases, unfortunately, with a lot of youth in the LGBT community, their family disowns them. Okay, and we see that also is gonna happen with Blanca. In the preview for the coming up season, for the rest of the season, Blanca goes back to the crib, and her sister opened up the goddamn door and gonna tell them how I'm supposed to explain this to them that you here when I already told them that you was dead. I said, bitch, are you serious? Because Blanca is in the position, she's in the current, she's transitioning, okay, um, and it's just a mess. So Damon, he wanted to go to his dance school. Um, he was dancing outside for money. Blanca oversees him. Then Blanca winds up taking him in, okay, because at one point he realized, I can't go out there and sell my body for this. And that's what a lot of gay youth has to do, or, you know, um, the ones transgenders who are trying to get money to get the surgery done to transition into the body that they feel they should have been born in, and because people are not accepting of them, don't want to hire them, they have to go sell their bodies. Okay, they have to go sell their bodies, and we see that aspect of it too in the character of Angel, who was also a house child of Mother Electra in the House of Abundance. Okay, and she felt this connection to Blanca. Blanca took her in as well after she got embarrassed as fuck at that ballroom. This is Halston. Halston of JC Penney. Bitch, that shit had me rolling, okay? But she was out there selling her body. Okay. She meets this dude that's played by Evan Peters, as we always see him on American Horror Story and whatnot. And he just got a job working for the Trump organization. And the guy who gave him the job, James Vanderbeek, okay, from Dawson Creek, he's sitting there, and they were in the process of doing the interview. This motherfucker went over there and sniffed some goddamn coke right there. I said, well, bitch, I guess you hired, because he's comfortable enough to do this in front of you. And I said, oh shit, the 80s was wild as fuck, bitch. Wow. I said, right in front of the potential employee. Okay, do what you gotta do. So they do that. He get the job. He winds up, hooking up with Angel, that's her name, and he discovers that she is in the process of transitioning to, she says she's saving up a little bit of money so she can get her little Peter taken away. And so he can't stop thinking about her. He can't stop thinking about her. But at the same time, she can't stop thinking about him, because in her mind, she wants that Prince Charming to come. She wants somebody to sweep her away, take care of her, she take care of them, and all that stuff. She wants this fairy tale life. And like Blanca said, that's why it's called a fairy tale, because the shit ain't real, okay? And so Mr. Evans Peter, he got a fucking family. Like, not just a wife and two kids, bitch. two little kids, okay? And I said, oh, when they first met and they got through with their initial meeting and he was dropping her back off, he was like, can I kiss you? They kissed, and I mean, he kissed her down. I said, oh, all right. Get in that house, and before he went to bed, he was brushing the hell out of his mouth. Like he was trying to get the filter that whole experience out. I said, no, boo, it's in you. And I was like, that happens too. A whole bunch of down low motherfuckers out here doing that stuff with people on the street, and not just transgenders or transvestites, whichever one you want to call them, with regular prostitutes, men, straight, gay, whatever, out there doing all that stuff and then coming home to their wives. Okay? It happens. It happens. And I'm glad that they put that in there. Um Blanca making her own house, Blanca taking Damon in and being that mother figure to him that he needed, instead of somebody being down on him and just telling him what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to do this, and God is this and God is that. Yeah, we're gonna instill that. Keep that into you, but I'm also gonna be down on you with love and tell you, no, you're not gonna give up on your dreams. You're gonna get out there and you're gonna do what the fuck you gotta do. Okay? He wanted to get into that dance school. You're gonna fill out this application. Oh, you gonna lie to me about taking it in because you scared of the rejection? Bitch, life is about rejections, okay? You gotta take the good with the bad sometimes. You never know how strong you are without a rejection too, boo-boo. I'm telling you, okay? Sometimes that shit'll make you stronger and force you to do better, okay? She took that motherfucker up there to that school and she told, oh lady, so you the head of this? Listen, he got a lot of potential. You don't understand what we have to go through. Some of these kids, they don't have nothing. You know, people be down on them. Then they still got their dream. People trying to tell them they can't do this, can't do that. She gave them a whole ass speech and moved the lady to give him an audition. Now, I was upset at the fact that when we looked at the audition room, the black lady, Miss Head of the thing, she's sitting at the table by herself, and it was at least 10, 15 feet, and the tables next to her was a white guy. And was that lady black too, or was she white? I said, what's that about? I'm so glad when Damon had his little audition, which I thought he was about to blow. I thought he was about to blow it. He pushed them tables together. He got up on there. I said, come on, flash dance, Damon. You better do that shit, bitch. I just want to dance with somebody. Come on. With somebody who loves me. He fucked that shit up. I was like, all right, this is cute, bitch. At first I said, Damon, where are you going with this? He knew he fucked up at one point too. He just was like, ain't this about a bitch? And then he caught himself and he said, fuck this shit. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And he did it. And when he did it, he moved the headmistress, the head lady of the school, and she even moved her to tears and hugged him and just, realized the pain and all the struggle that he went through. And then he got accepted to his dream school that he wanted to go to, and came out there and showed his appreciation to Angel and Blanca, or I should say just Blanca at this moment, because Blanca was the one that pushed him and saved him, in a sense, saved him from himself, okay, saved him from going down the path that he didn't know he was going to go down because he had nowhere to go. And I love that part. Baby, the best part of the show, though. The best part of the show. House of fucking Abundance. Mother Electra. Bitch, I remember seeing her. Shout out to her, okay? Because she was on this before the Oxygen Channel got rid of all their reality shows. One of the very last reality shows that they had on there was about people who transitioned and they were modeling, okay? And she was one of the people that was on there, and she's been in this game for years. Mother Electra been in this game for years, okay? And I'm talking about in real life. She got a whole ass husband that a biological man who is her husband. And, they've been out here flourishing and shit. And she been acting and doing her thing, modeling, all that shit. Mama is big time. And I was like, bitch, it is so good to see a familiar face up in this shit, right? And so, the whole season is going to be about this battle between one of the plots and the arch in the season is going to be about the battle between this competition and jealousy and shady shit that's going to be between Mother Electra and now Mother Blanca, okay? Because Mother Blanca used to be Miss Electra, Mother Electra's children, okay? One of her children, all right? And Mother Blanca just felt like, bitch, Every time I bring up an idea, you take my shit and you basically make it sound like it ain't nothing, but then you present the same idea in a different way, which we saw. We saw when they was trying to come up with the thing for what they gonna do and what they was gonna walk in the ball and the royalty and all that shit. I said, bitch, Blanca just said the same thing. Blanca called her ass out. Mother Electra was on here reading everybody from the jump, okay? That beginning scene when they went down there, I said she rude as shit, but she was fabulous as shit too, okay? When they went to that goddamn museum and stayed up in that fucking museum, I said, who the fuck does this? Who the fuck does this? Now let me tell you something. It reminded me of my cousin, okay? I just went on Facebook earlier today and saw that my cousin was on there selling shit that she done stole. I said, you boosted ass bitch. I mean, had the sensor and shit still on there. Bags, clothes, and all that stuff. I said, the fuck? Oh, do what you gotta do. Okay, I'm not even hating, but bitch, if you get caught and go to jail, you put all the evidence on fucking Facebook, bitch. Okay, delete the pictures once you sell the fucking items, ho. God damn. Okay, but any fucking way. They stayed up in there. They found this room where it was a whole bunch of, old, royalty, regal gowns and stuff like that. And bitch, I said, who does this? Where's the alarms? Ain't no motion detectors up in here where you can just feel somebody, where's the rope off at? Okay, put this shit in cases so you have to break them cases to get that shit. I said, this is the 80s for you because, bitch, this shit would never happen today in 2018, bitch, okay? So all that happened, and when they said they came in literally 10 minutes before the shit was closing, they hid in the last 5 minutes, and then once they closed the thing up, they came out and stole all of that shit. All that shit. And then when they was trying to get out, she said, bitch, I'm too beautiful to be not to be seen, bitch. Get the bitch and let's break this fucking window. I said, what the fuck? And went to the ball and killed that shit. I said, you know what? When Blanca said, bitch, she got her little diagnosis and she had her thoughts in her head, and Mother Electra want to call her out on her shit like, how come you ain't saying what you need to say? Okay, is it true? I'm gonna tell you what it is that you don't want to say to everybody. You out here looking at these flea bag apartments and you thinking about moving and leaving and all this shit. And I was like, oh, okay, well, since you know that, even though that's probably wasn't what she was thinking about, she was thinking about the fact that she had HIV or whatever, probably. But of course, Mother Electra is all up in her feelings and just going to fuck off. She read Blanca down, and I said, you do not have to read her like that, okay? You do not have to do that. Blanca said, bitch, I'm finna go out here and do my own shit, okay? And Blanca, she said, fuck this shit, and she did her shit, all right? They do a little ball. They challenged House of Abundance. They almost won it. They lost by 2 points. They didn't get all tens across the board. They got 2 tens and 2 nines. And this little boy come out and then little Poppy was like, yo, y'all house ain't shit yet. I ain't shit either, but we can be ain't shit and grow together, okay? I want to join your house. I was like, all right, get them, okay? It was cute. I love the first episode. These stories are so fucking real. The issues is not campy. This is real fucking life. Don't look at it just as the entertainment. It's cute or whatever, but you have to, minus the ballroom scenes or whatever, listen to the stories that's going to be talked about in each episode. Listen to how it was and how it still is for some people when they come out, and the disownment and all that stuff, and the real reality of some of these people, gay youth, okay, have to go and sell their bodies because they don't know nothing else to do, or these our transgender brothers and sisters who have to sell their bodies too because they can't get work because of the way they look or whatever, the discrimination and stuff that still goes on today, to fucking day. Okay, listen, I love it. Y'all should give it a chance. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. Like I said, check out My House on Viceland channel or the Vice channel, whichever one you call it. It comes on Wednesday night. My time I'm in Chicago. It comes on at 9:30 Wednesday nights on my time on the Vice channel, which is, if you got DirecTV, it's $271. So yeah. I'm gonna be back next week for this. I'm loving it. Because I have to see the shade, bitch. The shade. Oh, when he said, when they was doing the category for the army and stuff like that. And it was like, it's Fleet Week and not the Enema Children. I said, bitch. That made me giggle a little bit. It's cute. I like it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I just love talking. Y'all see how giddy I get because this is my people. You know what I'm saying? This is my shit. So I'm happy about it. I'm happy. Y'all tell me how y'all felt if y'all watched it, okay? And I'll see y'all later. It comes on FX, okay? Pose, all right? And I'll see y'all later. Peace.